Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to WagWorksGA. I'm Jeff. I'm the G in the GA. The A is my wife Ashley. We are a husband-wife, author, illustrator team. We work on kids' graphic novels together. It is a labor of love, and we do indeed love it. You can call me Jeff. You can call me Wags. You can call me Waggy. Whatever works. But hey, welcome. I am super glad to have you here tonight. We start off tonight with fireworks in the background. Janos, hey, how's it going? A cryptic message to start off. Don't read all that. Okay. I will read it to myself. It's not worth your sanity. Janos, does you do the did you does? The missile knows where it is at all times. It knows this because it knows where it isn't. By subtracting where it is from where it isn't, or where it isn't from where it is, whichever is greater, it obtains a difference or deviation. I do think you did the did. Or at least are doing the did. Yeah. So yeah, we've got fireworks going tonight. This is I don't know if you can actually hear that in the background. I'm not sure if the mic actually picks it up. If you hear an odd thumping, a rhythmic thumping going on, that's what's happening. And this is a special stream fireworks because this is the first Magic Kingdom Disney World very merry holiday party fireworks going off. So we have a very festive start of stream tonight. Truly. And no one does fireworks like Magic Kingdom. At least in the greater Central Florida area. I don't know if I did the do that we did discuss doing while doing the did, because we wanted to do the did that I didn't do. Oh, you missed the end of stream last week, didn't you? I'm talking to Ashley. I'm not just randomly staring off into space. What?
Probably because I was sleeping.
It's a good reason to miss it. Sleep is good.
No offense.
That's okay. I mean, you have to listen to me talk all the time. You don't need to set aside a special time. It's all good. It's all good. We did discuss doing the did while doing the did because we wanted to do the did that we didn't do. But we're doing that did that we didn't do. Don't we? This is a fun but intensely confusing game. We're simply discussing doing the do that Waggy wanted me to do because I wasn't doing the did that he didn't do. Wait, now are we just talking about sleep? Or the other do that we didn't did? I don't know anymore. Did you sleep though? Have you gotten some rest? How are things going? I don't know either. You confuse me. No, I feel I'm not. I don't think I'm gaslighting. I thought we were just having a fun do the did conversation. You can honestly tell me anything and I'd agree. Well, I will be very responsible and trustworthy with that. Yeah. But hey, welcome. It's good to see you. You don't believe me. But I thought you said I could tell you anything and you'd agree. But you didn't do the did that you just said you'd do, didn't you? And then began 2 hours of absolute gibberish streaming. Okay, maybe we can just... I have a wife and kids. Okay, wait, you do? I didn't know this about you. I didn't think... I don't know anymore. Maybe I'm the one who's being gaslit. Not yet. Well, if that is something you desire, I hope it is, something you achieve. It is excellent. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's something that I knew I wanted, and I've been very pleased with it myself. And now I'm just staring at the screen while the fireworks are going off in the background. Not that you can see them. Can we see them? We can kind of see them, but it's hard. It's always tricky getting the camera lined up. One of these days, I'm just gonna have it focused on it for the start of stream, and it's like not even gonna be me. It's just gonna be like, hey, look, fireworks, guys. Oh, you guys have discussed it for a long time? So you guys, like, you're on the same track with it. You want similar things out of your path. Nice. And honestly, it's good that you're gonna have someone to keep you from stabbing yourself in the leg with a really wickedly sharp looking knife that I've already forgotten the name of and how to pronounce, but I will never forget the image of it. How do you forget a story like that? Karambit? First or second? Even I forget. Even I forget. Well, I think that's called. Oh, well, I had a thing for it. Now I totally forgot. The thing where you block it out to protect yourself from traumatic memories, which is totally real. I'm pretty sure. What is it? Is that just blocking out? Is that it? I don't think that's it. That's okay. That's okay, as this is not an advanced psychology stream. This is just chatting and art stream. That's what we do here. It wasn't traumatic. I mean, it happened to you. It happened to you, so you are the judge. Sorry, again, Automod is yelling at me about something. Yes. So Automod, I'm gonna go with your suggestion to deny this one, Automod. All right. Put potential bots or at least solicitors in chat. But I appreciate the traffic. Thank you, solicitor or bot, for your interest, but I will decline your offer. So about the do, we discussed doing. While doing the did, we didn't want to do because you did the do while doing the did do. I just keep on wanting to turn this into a Mountain Dew commercial. That's where I always go with it. And then we get into the discussion about Mountain Dew and all the flavors. Which is not a bad discussion, but I think we already did that do. Fiddles with Mike. I wonder how many times I do this over the course of stream. It's probably quite a bit. It's just right here, and it's so glowy, and it's so fun, and I feel like I need to be like this to talk, and then that. But I don't actually need to do that. I bet you can hear me just fine. It's all good. What was I going to talk about? Oh my gosh, this is just... Oh my goodness, it's been a good week. How's your week been, Janos? I don't think we actually were talking. I mean, we briefly touched into actually talking about a thing with the knife story. And I was saying how I trust you. And then I got distracted by Automod. But I trust you to tell me how an experience was for you. So if you say it wasn't traumatic for you, then I believe you. It sounded traumatic to me. The only thing rotating in my head was doing. Yeah. It's kind of easy to get carried away on it, right? But Yeah. If anything, it was more funny than traumatic, ironically, though. You know what? Honestly, if you're going to have that experience, it's better to come away feeling like you got a laugh out of it and it wasn't so bad. And if you're okay, like if you can walk away, that's always good. So, hey, that's awesome. Okay, I'm pretty sure you guys hear those fireworks. That sounds like the finale. It was awesome. Ashley certified. Awesome. Walk away about Yes, you couldn't walk away because you stabbed yourself in the leg. That was a very bad choice of words. It's like the time that I very unironically put this on, like, oh, this glove comes in really handy. I wasn't even joking. I was just like, yeah, it's really useful. That's the choice of words I'm gonna use. Which is funny because usually I'm a fairly punny person. Frank, right on cue. Go away, Grandpa. Listen, I just, I gotta stay up for my late night prune juice. We're gonna go with it. I know, that got weird. Anyway, Frank, how's it going? Oh, I bet getting it patched up. Sometimes that can be much worse. Papa Jeff. Good, someone stole a comic. I saw your comment, and I was like gonna be funny and respond, but then I was like, oh no, what if it comes across the wrong way? So then I froze up and I didn't do anything. I'm like, well, at least I can like it to let him know that I saw it and thought it was funny. Yeah, I feel like if you'd have just left it there, it would have gotten worse. I agree. Yeah. You would have canceled me. I was gonna be like, Frank, we talked about this. LOL. To show that I'm not being threatening right now. But, where was I going with this? Yeah, anyway. But I saw your comment, and I did literally LOL about it. So, honestly, I'm trying to remember that Instagram exists more frequently because it's not like I'm not working on stuff. So we're comicking now? Like right now? So I was planning tonight to work on penciling out another GDQ idea sketch. That's where I'm thinking of going with this. With tonight at least. Because they haven't posted deadlines yet. I think last year's was around the end of December. So I really, and usually I do a little bit more detailed work on those, like for shading and colors. So I'd like to get a bit of a head start. So I make sure to get it all done. Because I also need to get it printed and shipped and all that good stuff. Post the comic. You like that one? Did you figure out smarter words for the beginning of it than my generic placeholder? I have faith that you did a good job with it. Don't have kids, so my dad joke powers are weak. You don't just like call up your dad and be like, hey, give me a joke. Dad. By the way, Janos, aside from leg stabbings of the past and doing the dids and all that, how is your actual week going? I feel like I keep on trying to actually ask. I did a webinar this week for our the Kids Comics Unite group, and it was really fun. You don't know. I mean, it's better than definitely knowing that it's awful, right? Yeah, we did this webinar and it was cool. It was about, like the title was Overcoming the Fear of the Blank Page. And it was about like imposing limitations on what you're doing to inspire creativity. I literally turned your brain to mush. Good, now we're on an equal playing field. But it's super fun. Actually, probably, maybe I'm gonna try to once again remember that Instagram exists and post what I did for that. I meant to do it like yesterday and today, but the time gets away from me, as it turns out. The moment I entered stream, my brain was full of wrinkles and excitement, and then you spoke, and now my brain is smoother than a newly waxed floor. I guess I have that effect on people? Maybe? Maybe? Possibly. But yeah, it takes a toll, like, and then you try to construct if you actually said something, and it's just, yeah. We can ease into it in future streams. We don't have to start with the doing thing. It's a lot. Oh, but while we're here, I'm just gonna show the thing that we did, because it was a great idea. It's this guy, Matt Madden, who has been doing comic stuff and like how to tell stories and for decades. He's incredible. So let's just hop over. Nope, that's not it. That's it. That's the one. Let's get a new. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, the idea was the plot. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out after stream. That's awesome. I'm excited to see what you finished it out with. So the whole point of the constraint thing was he started us off playing this game called Word Chains, which is literally you come up with. He said that using words that have 4 letters are optimal for the length, but you can use 3 or 5. I'm gonna do 3 because I tried doing. I'm not gonna do the whole drill, but I'll just kind of give you the idea of it. So you pick 2 words, right, with the same number of letters. So let's pick ant and I just want to keep thinking of the word but, like B-U-T, but that's not going to really work for my purpose here. Bot works. Right? And so you just create a word ladder where you change 1 letter at a time. You think your brain's working again? Okay. Yes. So then what you do is you change 1 letter at a time to get transformed from one word to the other, right? And this is kind of just a word drill at first. And I feel like I've picked another one that I'm like, wait, you gotta, anytime you have to switch vowel positions, it ends up being not great. Yeah. Wow, totally freezing on this. Super cool, super cool. Wish I'd thought about this before stream instead of, but you know, so you do like art and then save me, please.
You're struggling. Just take my notebook. I think I did cat and dog.
Oh yeah. You know what? We're gonna just cancel the example that I did, and we're gonna do the one that Ashley already did.
Don't make fun, but I did pen with an E.
Pen. Okay.
P-E-N and cat.
Pen and cat. And how many?
I started with P-E-N, and then I went P-E-T.
Okay.
And then changed the P to a B, and then changed the E to an A, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Magic.
Easy example.
Sorcery. Thank you for saving me. As you might have guessed, she is the one of us who is good with words. So this is the start of it. So you come up with this, and then the number that you come up with is important. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the comics adaptation. So now guess what you do is you make a 5-panel comic with this, right? And each panel has to align with one of the words. So maybe I'm just gonna do it like this, and we'll do the 5th panel as a big one because cats are cute. Why not make a big panel with a cat, right? So then, you know, it doesn't have to feature a literal pen. It can be, you know, the verb pen. The idea is that in some way what you draw in each panel relates to the word, one of the words in the list as you go down. In order as you're transforming through. And Matt showed us like a bunch of cool examples of how to do this, and then we worked through the drill. I, being as good at words as you saw, for words containing 4 letters, I took 15 panels to get there, but I figured it out. I got there, and I was pretty satisfied eventually with what I came up with. But it's fun because then you also have to kind of figure out what's like a thread that ties all this together. Can you take a protagonist through something, or anyway, it was really interesting and super cool, and a good way if you're staring at a blank page and don't really know where to start. It was just fun. It was a lot of fun. So, and yeah, you could probably do all sorts of variations on it. Like you'd be like, well, I'm just going to do 6 panels. So I'm just going to take a word and I'm going to transform it 1 letter at a time to get 6 words and then do that. Yeah, it was fun. It was a bit of a challenge, but like, I do like how the idea of having a constraint sparks creativity. So who else thinks brownies are gross? I like brownies. They're not top tier dessert for me, but you know what is near top tier is brownie batter. Batter is far superior in my mind to just straight up brownies. So anyway, with that cleared out, I think I could probably jump into warm up while we're here. I'm gonna switch my category since I kind of already switched my category. Over from just chatting to art. Ba-bam. Good. You actually like brownies occasionally. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, so what is it a flavor thing for you? Are they too rich? Or is it like a textural thing? Texture most of the time, yeah. I agree. I think I like them. The closer they are in consistency to batter, the happier I am with it. Which, you know, brownie purists may not be happy with. They can feel free to at me. It's fine. All right. So, just gonna keep on rolling while we're chatting here. Frank, you were crying? Why did you change your name? Did I change my name? What's happening? Were you crying when you got the Jeff notification? Because it's like, why won't he leave me alone? It's not safe. Wow, I thought my day couldn't get any worse. That is a perfect example of a dad joke, Janos. That was great. That was like textbook. Bam. I rely on that one several times a week with my kids. And they don't like it, actually, no. No, I'm becoming a dad. Just practicing. You're practicing. You don't have to, the jokes aren't the actual fatherhood part. They're just like the bonus. Although a dad with just the dad jokes and not the children is just kind of insufferable. So do look out for that. Like, you know, I know what I am. All right, I've got 6 Pokemon cards. These were actually picked out for me by my children from our electric deck. So they have high hopes. What did I just say? All right, well, a dad. Okay, we got more Pico. Not less Pico, more Pico. Let me pull up that reference image real quick. I'm just saying, if you know, you only make dad jokes, but you're not an actual dad and don't have all the fathering traits and roles that go with it, you're just kind of insufferable, constantly making puns. At least that's kind of how I feel like it goes. Oh, do I do the hangry one or do I do the regular one? I'm gonna do the not hangry one because that's what the card is. For those of you who don't know, Morpeko is a Pokemon that is an electric type that has a hangry version. I bet you can guess which is which. Alright, got my reference layer set up. Gonna switch my paper color to white just because I feel like doing that today. That's not white. I'm an artist, you know. There we go. Okay, that looks more reasonable. Pick a brush color. Maybe? No, something different. For a sketch, I'm gonna get my timer started. And as anyone who's watched before knows, we are going to do 5 minutes. We're going to warm up. We're going to think about shapes. We're going to think about perspective. Just get the art brain going. Got to get my art brain going.
You're half an hour in.
I'm half an hour in. We're doing great. Gonna get the art brain going. Gonna loosen up the arm before we jump in on the other sketches. So 5 minutes, not gonna complete it. Probably will just finish sketch, maybe get into pencils. But here we go. So you make dad jokes all the time to annoy everyone around you, because getting a reaction is more important than contributing as a parental role model for my future generation of family. Waglord. Well, that's a new one. I think that's flattering. Aw, Frank, you shouldn't have. You really, really shouldn't have. Bought the Five Nights at Freddy's movie for me and the kids. My kids will never sleep again. Alright. Pick our big old giant brush size. Alright. So, more people, more. Words are hard, guys. They just are. It's okay. I can't wait for you to have nightmares. Wouldn't it be more disturbing if it actually, like, made me feel, like, pleasant, the scary stuff? I didn't think that thought all the way through. Has he not looked in a mirror yet? Alright. So, Morpeko likes food. Probably like berries. So Morpeko, I'm going to stick with my theme of sleeping Pokemon. No. Berries are Pokemon fruits. I used to know more of, you know, the berries from actually in the game, like Oranberry and all that, but then I just started playing Pokemon Go, and now I just think of all the Pokemon Go berries, which, in case you didn't know, are different than the other ones. Okay, your brain has wrinkles now. To answer my question, your week's been going great. Awesome, good to hear. Work's been pretty easy. That is always nice. Always nice. So, like, yeah, there we go. So Morpeko is going to be kind of nestled in here. It's got kind of A little bit of that Mr. Peanut shape going on. And really, it's just kind of like they took Pikachu and made it a little goofier. And then also hangry. Especially since it usually isn't too easy. You know, I get that sense from you. I'm glad you're getting a break, you know? Does your work tend to wind down a little bit at the end of the year? As we start getting into the holiday season, like, do people take more vacation time? Stuff like that. And, you know, he's going to be clutching like a little berry, too. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's probably a good position. I'm going to make his little teeth coming out like that. I feel like that's kind of adorable. Kind of adorable. I don't see any kind of tail on this one. Oh, I get the sense that your work is usually not easy. Hey, chef. You get to see Lily tomorrow. Is she good? Has she toned down the murder a little bit? I don't see any kind of. Well, I mean, on the official art, I don't see like the reference. I don't see a tail. Granted, I haven't played Sword and Shield, so I haven't seen the full 3D model. I do have it in Go. I do have it in Pokemon Go. Oh, here's also... Okay. Looks like no actual tail on it. Okay. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Easy enough. Also, I'm just blathering away while the timer runs down. Okay. Okay, I like this. Gonna work a little bit more, a little bit too narrow a Mr. Peanut shape going on here though. It's definitely more Pico is a little bit wider. All right, that's the timer. You want to do something fun? Oh wait, video games. Does that mean you just realized video games existed and want to do those? That is a fill bucket, Jeff. That will not erase. Don't you know? I'm just gonna clean this up a scotch so that future Jeff can come in and be like, oh right, that's what you were looking at. Yeah. Okay. That's probably enough breadcrumbs for future Jeff. I think I'll be able to get there. I totally forgot. Most of the time don't have enough energy. Yeah, same. Never erased with the fill tool bucket on paint. Ah. Maybe in that way, sort of. Just spam left click and right click. I know, I actually never did that. Now I did try to do art in paint. I actually, even in like junior high, I did, ironically, a comic book in paint, all digital. I wish I still could find that one. They said, they're like, oh, we're gonna hold this onto you. What is going on with my words tonight? Hold on to this for you. I think that's right. And you'll get it when you graduate. But then I graduated and it was sadly nowhere to be found. And truly, it was probably just such a masterpiece that someone absconded with it. They probably, I don't know what happened to it. That one. Your brain, the transparent fill bucket tool. But usually it still hits color discontinuities. It still stops at them, so that wouldn't erase everything. You died of laughter, Frank? Are you a ghost? Alright. Well, I'm gonna leave this here. Alright, so just as a review, I did this guy for our Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers potential, you know, donation for the classic NES game. You saw a video of me at work? Wait, what? At work, like on artwork? Because I don't think my job usually has videos of me. My day job. That'd be weird. So, I got this one. I got this kind of like rough pencils thing going. I wasn't sure this was going to work out, but I have a little more faith in potentially doing this one. But I had, you know, we did 7 of these thumbnails, and I really like several of the other ones as well. So I wanted to play around with a couple of them. Excuse me. Goodness. To try to get an idea of if there's anything else that I might want to try to do a piece of to complete for my donation piece. Again, this is for games done quick. You can check them out over at their own channel here on Twitch, which is just Games Done Quick. They tend to have shows every weeknight, but twice a year they do a big week-long marathon, 24/7 speed running video games to raise money for charitable causes. And as part of that, they accept prize donations, which include pieces of art and crafts from some incredibly talented individuals. I have been fortunate enough to have a couple of pieces accepted to prizes over the last year. So I like doing it. I like helping out. Their causes that they help are awesome. So in the winter, it's Prevent Cancer Foundation. And in the summer, it's usually Doctors Without Borders. And then they do 2 smaller marathons that both raise money for Malala Fund annually. So I want to help out, and I like doing art, and I like video games. So I'm going to draw some video game art and submit. If I could get up, sit in my chair, and actually do game stuff instead of sitting here spacing out to your stream. I mean, I could try to make stream incredibly boring or incredibly obnoxious. Would that help, Janos? It's a video of Jeff at work. I feel like I'm about to get rickrolled again. You know, rickroll me once, shame on... Wait. Shame on you. That's right. Rickroll me once, shame on you. Rickroll me twice. Shame on Rick Astley? That doesn't seem right either. Obnoxious would make you more invested and make you forget to... So make it super boring. Or do you think if I just did like video game adjacent stuff enough, it would be like... remind you that video games are a thing that you like? Maybe? Maybe? I'm just gonna grab this blue. I like this blue for pencils. Sketches. Just make it boring. Oh, Frank, I didn't see that you posted a link, which then got blocked out. Totally not malware. Why is that? That doesn't... That's not encouraging. Except my malware. Don't usually do. You guys, I sit in front of Twitch like one day a week as a streamer. I have to remember how to turn on links. Oh my goodness. Just a moment. Nope, that's not it. One of these days, man. One of these days. Okay, there we go. told you. I have 1 day a week that I sit here. I need to get back to doing more work on the stream. There's so much more I want to do. Although I do have one cool thing for the end. Okay, all right. Try it again, Frank. I'm a bit terrified. A bit terrified, but I'm willing to see what this URL's at. Except my try making it super obnoxious. This isn't working. Play video games. Play video games. Janos, go play video games. Go do it. Do it. Go play video games. Go. Go, Janos. Go. Actually, I couldn't commit to keep that one up. Although hopefully at least it was a little bit obnoxious. I hope. that worked. Yes, I still got it. Frank, did you actually post the link in that one? Because it still got filtered out. Did I not? Did you click save, Grandpa? No, I didn't click save. All right. It's okay. I'll just weep. All right. Let's one more time. And then I've got one other idea. Oh, no, that one. Yeah, one more time. I'll try it. I've got it. There's nowhere to tell it to save. So it should auto save the settings. I just updated it not to block the hyperlink. There we are. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay, give me just a second here. This was probably a lot of setup for a joke, but you posted a link in my chat. Now you have my bank info. Oh boy. Ah boy. Just because I don't know the, I paused the audio for a second here. I'm just going to turn off the desktop audio for a second. I see. Man, the South Park link. Goodness. It's been a while. It's been a while. So just for copyright stuff, I didn't want to share on stream just because I do tend to just be lazy and ship everything straight to YouTube. I wouldn't trust South Park either. I remember back in my day when we did South Park with sticks. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. All right, there we go. Yay, I figured out how to do the thing. I'm so proud. Actually, I did do another thing right before stream. I actually set up a stream goal to get to 20 followers at some point in the future. Back in the day, we watched Happy Tree Friends. Wait, that's a thing, right? That's an actual thing? It sounds familiar, but I am not placing it. Yes. Yes, it was a thing. Don't watch it on stream. Okay. Okay, so I just need to pick one of these and get started. Yeah. I'm going to pick the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Clearly, I like drawing Pokemon. What could possibly go wrong? Did I do this one as a 6? I should have done this as 600 DPI. 12 by 16. I'm just going to verify that that's what I did here. It is indeed. Great. Congratulations all around. In which case I'm just going to get super lazy here and I'm going to duplicate it instead of manually setting settings. And close you. And I'm just going to clear this all out. Clear this all out. And clear this all out. And here we are. All set to go. And I will delete 1, 2, 3. To make way for new references. Good deal, good deal. I will copy over my thumbnail here, because that's how we roll. I'll just tighten that up there. And I'm on the thumbnail layer. Boom. Okay, and here we go. It will be tiny. You're now on PC. Janos, you did it. You're gaming. What are you playing tonight? My kids will have a nightmare. I don't. Frank, why do you want my kids to have nightmares? I mean, you said don't. So to be fair, you were trying to stop it there. To be fair, I will give you the credit you are very richly due. Microtransaction simulator? So like Genshin? Frank, that is a big question, and it is an unclear question. Destiny 2, but close. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Genshin, but yeah. Anything that free to play model, it can be brutal. Ever heard of soccer? I don't know what's happening right now, guys. I'm just a confused old man. Alright, let you do that. Because the aspect is a little bit different, so we can reframe it, but we have, you know, a general idea of what we're doing here. So you're living with your mom and sister. For sure, for sure. Alright, you know what? That's not quite what I want to do. How do I want to do this? Bring you guys down. There's lots of room to do this. It's not quite so important if the clouds get cut off. They're just part of the scene. Give a little bit of room here for, you know, for bleed, for anything getting cropped in the printing. This is pretty good. I don't think they do have a rule of thirds filter on here, but if I roughly look at the 1/3 points, I can just use a ruler to kind of rough it in here. This can kind of give you a good idea of how your composition's doing. Okay. So the idea is that typically things are, if you aren't familiar with rule of thirds, which Janos and Frank, I'm pretty sure you guys are. For anybody else, it's just the visual interest tends to flow along about the intersection of the 1/3 markers in an image, and people tend to just find images more satisfying when we have points of interest kind of in those zones. So faces are good there. Anything with some detail, high contrast, tends to be good there. So it's just one of the many composition tools you can kind of use. I like it for this one. We're pretty well there. I could scoot Piplup over a little bit just to kind of, we're just going to jump to those rulers, aren't we? I'll turn the guides off. But so I could scoot Piplup over just a wee bit to get a bit more in that sweet spot. Um, yeah, and we got the picnic basket here. So I kind of like this composition. This will work. Sorry, I've been totally ignoring chat here. So your sister just got pregnant. She cried today because she said she's depressed, and you said don't do that. I mean, I'm assuming that's as a joke to try to cheer her up. Sorry for your loss. I take it back. Um, I mean, in an attempted earnest answer to your question, as you've got someone who is growing another human inside their body, and there are all sorts of feelings attached with that. I'm giving this information secondhand, having been through this with Ashley, with our daughter. So, my perspective from the side, the outside view is just they're processing a lot, both physically and emotionally, and listen to them and give them space as much as you can. Not like space like be away, but give them respect and give them room to feel what they're gonna feel. Only make me one hamburger. Why didn't you make me another one? So some feelings going on. Some feelings. Yeah. Kickboxing. You have the most fascinating hobbies, Janos. Alright, so I got the hobbies. I'm gonna do okay. The background sketch is a little bit less important here. I'll get rid of this one. Knock down the transparency a little bit. You started Dark Force Rising. So this is a Star Wars book. Which part of the timeline is this set in? Is it still High Republic? Heir to the Empire sequel. Okay, gotcha. Excuse me. Legends. I know, we were just talking to one of our librarians today about the Star Wars books. She also is a fan, and she definitely mentioned the Thrawn books. They call Leia Lady Vader. Interesting. Is she single? No, she is not. But her and her family are working on their lightsaber collection, which is incredibly awesome. Frank, if you're a huge Star Wars fan, have you thought about well, I say this having never done it, and also knowing that conventions are expensive, but Star Wars Celebration? Please don't die, Frank. In case you needed to hear that, please don't. Please don't. I will get some references for Chimchar and Turtwig and Piplup because why not? Said those very properly. Okay. Wait. All right. There you are. Okay. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Good deal. just gonna clear out this background real quick so it's less distracting. This is the one year that it wasn't in the US. Barely missed it in Anaheim a couple years ago. Oh, they had limited edition novels there? Death is, over. Death is overrated. Try Deathant. Oh, leather. So the stories were available, but there were special editions that were bound. That's cool. A reptile expo. You know, at first I was gonna be like, oh, do they have those? But I totally believe that they have those. But like, is there like a major like reptile con? Ignore this. But yeah, I love tuning into the celebration live streams. It's so cool. Perhaps if they ever come back to Orlando area, we will go as a family. When did you start the book? All right. I'm gonna draw some pictures. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I can go a little bigger because this is a much higher resolution. Interesting. The mouth on that one. Okay, so it's more. I'm looking at an additional reference here just to get a little bit more idea of the intended shape of Chimchar's mouth. So with the head cast kind of down as it is in this initial reference, at first it's was tempting to draw like a really big kind of like upper lip type thing going on, but this one gives me a little better idea of what the intended shape is, so I'm not gonna do that. It can be just a wee bit more human like, less pronounced. So actually just clear you because I don't have any other pencils going on right now. And I'm totally drawing the face that I'm making the face that I'm drawing. All right, so I haven't been to none that you've been to. I've never been to one actually, mostly because I've never seen one in Colorado. Have you been down to it's by the Great Sand Dunes. It's is it San Luis Valley? They have the Colorado Gators Reptile Center. Like, but hey, the lover says she'd take you to one when she can. So in your defense, you're choosing actively not to try and look. They're super fun though. Interesting. I mean, so is it largely for obtaining reptiles, or they're like, you know, sessions on reptile care? What is going on with my stylist there, man? Stylist. I swear I'm fine, guys. It's been a busy week. I will say that much. We took it easy for at least half the weekend, which was good, but this week at work has been busy. I'm trying to do all the tasks that are actually the most challenging for me all in one short stretch of time, including scientific paper writing, which is not my strong suit, I will definitely say. I'm not trying to just copy this one. How can I actually get a bigger brush size? So it's like something like a mix of all of that. Okay. You just read the abstract. What? How did you read the abstract for my paper? What is happening right now? So what I don't want to do is just copy this reference. I'm not, I'm a fan of staying true to the original works, but I don't want to just be copycatting here. So I'm going to mess with the expression a little bit. I mean, the body pose is going to be different, and that'll be nice too. But I just get wary when I feel like I'm starting to copy too much. You just read the abstract. I misread your chat. I could continue to misread your chat as well. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to do open mouth. I'm going to go ahead, give it kind of a confident smile. We'll have those eyes up there. Well, he's doing that. This head is actually a little bit big for the composition that I've done here. I will probably opt to just shrink this whole thing down, or perhaps leave the composition as is, or adjust the composition. You just read the abstract for like when you're doing references in your papers. Yeah, so this is going to be another one where it's like a coarse pencils layer and then a fine-tuned one. Like, I'm not reading this for all the papers you read. I mean, it's a real time investment for sure. Like, I think that's part of what trips me up. Like, it's easy for me to write about the stuff that I did because I know what I did and I know why I did it, and I'm happy to tell you why I do it. That's what I'm doing right now, as a matter of fact. Except with art and not, science. No, not quite. Not quite. This is not... something's not working here. Just gonna blow the whole thing up. Literally knocking everything over. Excuse me while I just adjust this. Ta-da! Okay. But yeah, like getting into the previous work. But I think part of it too is like, I feel like I have to give this big dissertation on this is like the whole history of this concept and that, and I don't think I actually need to do that. So I'm also trying to be more realistic about what I'm doing instead of just putting on all that pressure to, give the big exposition. And then I can let the peer reviewers just tell me how wrong I was to try it that way. What it's like being a geologist. I like sand, I think. No, I don't. Definite Anakin Skywalker vibes. I'm pretty sure when we went to Great Sand Dunes, I was very obnoxious about sand quotes. I'm sure Ashley could tell you. It's all good. I'm on my last brain cell. So are you gaming and chatting at the same time, Janos? Because that's pretty solid work there. See. We're getting some real foreign language edification in chat today with at least 2. Ashley stole credit for the comic he wrote too. Can you believe it? Can you just believe it? Okay, maybe I'm on a little more on the right track here. I don't know. Something's not You ever have those nights where you just start drawing, you're like, oh, the art, the art muses are not with me tonight. You can't shake my head. Yep, all the time. Yeah, sometimes it's just not happening. It's like, well, can I just take that, you know, the art skill that I had when I was just doodling for fun on the back of an envelope while I was on the phone and transplant it to now? Eh. Maybe I needed more warm-up time. I don't know. Maybe this is telling me something. Although I feel like I now recall myself saying something very similar last week when I was struggling at the beginning, and I did in fact end up with something that I was more happy with. Art 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 art. That is hard to say. Artant. You can't wait to see your baby. I'm going to send you a box of her fleas. Oh, you're so thankful. You're so generous. Generous is the word I'm looking for. Sharing the love. Their bites are like little kisses. Apologies if you answered this and I missed it. Has she stopped the murder? Are the chickens okay? Are there any chickens left? Alright, I'm not going to worry about the little flame hair on top of the head right now. That's okay, but the shape isn't right with the hair. There are five out of 10 chicken survivors. This isn't funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. It just made me think of the Vampire Survivors game. But with when you're just the main character is the chicken. The turkey is big enough to fight back. You know what month it is, Frank. Are you sure Lucy will let that stand? The chickens will remember this. She was just hungry. She wanted the five-piece nuggets. That's all. I don't like this either. I don't. This rough sketch captured it way better, so maybe I just need to... Maybe I need to trust past Jeff that he kind of knew what he was doing. Crazy, right? You're just gonna make Thanksgiving loosey-goosey where they try cooking goose. Oh no! Wait a minute. That feels like a turn. That feels like a little bit of a turn, Frank. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I have confidence. Those other starts, those were just warm-ups. But this one, this is it. This is the real deal, right? Right? Oh yeah. Yeah. That chin is not right. Yep. Better. Also, I hate doing the mail. Old people always complain. Fair. Is it all complaints like, Frank, stop stealing my identity? I needed those medications. Okay, Jeff, so get this. Are we doing story time? Because I do enjoy a good Frank story time. Okay, are we? We might be on the right track here. We might actually be on the right track, guys. I'm so excited. So several months ago, I was covering for my uncle for a week. Okay. You guys want me to go for the high note on this? I can do it. Pretty sure I'll get it. On me, take me on. And we deliver to these cluster boxes that are this golf course in the mountains. I lied. I definitely was not going to get that high note. You're welcome. My uncle has made it clear not to deliver packages to the houses at the golf courses because they're out of range. So if a package doesn't fit, it gets a pickup notice. Kind of just looks like a mischievous little ogre kid right now. I can tighten that up. It's fine. So you wrote this distinguished elderly lady a notice, and the next day she's waiting for you. Why did I get a notice? Listen, also, if it's getting obnoxious, me, narrating, please tell me to just stop. Because your package didn't fit. I don't think it is. The ears also need to be bigger. Glad y'all are here to totally see me just constantly redraw this one thing over and over again. Peak television, y'all. Peak television. Yeah, the nose was too high up there. This is a little more. Also, the mouth can get a little higher up too. Get a little rotation. Pardon me. No, I don't. Alright. This is just the pencil layer. This is just the pencil layer. I can come back and adjust this. I do not need to get hung up at this current stage of the game. Do the classic kind of like bean-shaped body with the two circles. I have a full-time job. I can't pick up the package. And I say, oh, that sucks. And I just ignore her until she leaves. But get this. This week, another one approaches me. Same golf course. And she explains politely that she cannot drive to pick up her package I gave her a notice for. And she politely asked me if I can redeliver it. So I'm like, of course. I mean, yes, these things make a difference, right? And then the other lady jumps out from behind the bushes and is like, you got punked! Give me my package. Yeah, I mean, in theory, right? Like you know, you want to be as objective as you can with people, but the way people approach things makes a difference. The whole attitude of it, like coming in and being like, "You owe me this," versus like, "Hey, could you really do me a favor here? I would really appreciate it." It makes a difference. It makes a difference. I don't know. I don't know if someone wants to fight. I'm ready to make their lives suck. Okay. Reminds you of the Bob's Burgers episode. Delivering mail around the holidays seems like a stressful time. Stressful. Guys, I swear I'm okay. Oh, what's going on with my words? So Bob gives him a tip. He expects a tip from Bob. The mailman is like, "Oh, yeah, I have a package for you." Okay, maybe look at that. A smug. Mm, mm. Chimchar, why are you defying me? Looking funny. And Bob was like, "Were you not going to give me that if I didn't tip?" Mm, yeah, I'm not. I'm not sold on this one, guys. I'm not as sold on this one. Tell you that much. And the mailman is like, "No, I would have just delivered it a week late." I mean, it is amazing the sort of lack of respect that people will show to people who we kind of rely on. It's okay. I get my revenge the best way I know how. Put her mail as far back in the mailbox as possible. You know, it's the little things, right? It's the little things. Revenge is a dish best served at the far back of the mailbox. All right. I'm going to move to Piplup. I don't know what's going on with this Chimchar. I'm not super pleased with how it's coming out. I am losing confidence that this is going to be the piece. But I want to give it a fair shot. Because I do love to draw me some Pokemon. And why are you just... Okay. So tiny. So tiny. And now I can drag you over at least a bit more. Fun times over here, guys. Fun times. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. One of your middle school math teachers lives on that route too, and you do the same thing with her. Which has a fancy mailbox where you can pull the mail to the front with a tray. Oh man. Yeah, we just have a cluster box, so we don't have those fancy tricks. Fancy tricks. Okay, so a bit more rounded of a beak there. Definitely more of a circular feel to it. Okay. Piplup's just having a good old time over here. You know? That's what they do. Or so I'm told. It's impossible to get mail that's in the back of a cluster box. I love it. Can I say, but I delivered to her box if she complains? I mean, yes. Okay, Piplup's fins are actually a little bit longer than that. They're not quite so stubby. Good to know. I like Piplup. Piplup's not giving me any fight like that Chimchar. What's up with that? What's up with that? A little bit flatter there. Okay. Something like that. Something like that. This reminds you of this other old lady when you worked at a gas station and says, "Fill up on pump 8." That's more of the shape I'm looking for. That's more of the shape I'm looking for. Okay. You know, these are kind of coming out to be a bit more of a sketch than a pencils. I'm just gonna be honest with myself here. And you know, admittedly, there's a little bit of fun, fuzzy wording in between what's a sketch, what's a thumbnail, what's a pencil, and you may even vary between artists. You know, there's even such thing as tight pencils versus loose pencils and what have you. But at least for me, this feels more sketch-like than it does pencils-like. And I just say, cool, I just need $1 amount to charge the card for you. Fill up! I need $1 amount, ma'am. She throws her card at you and tells you to fill it up. And she was shocked that you throw her card out of the store. What does the back of Piplup look like? It looks like this. Thank you, Internet, for having a reference for me. I appreciate it. I'm going to learn my lesson. Zoom in here so that when I paste in the far left corner and it's tiny, I can just resize it big enough. And then move my window over. And drag it. So you guys don't have to watch me painfully maneuver it for like a minute. That's also a teenage boy in line behind her that was Elling his AO. Good times. Good. I mean, that was a real power play on her part she was going for. I'm not sure what she expected to happen. Laughing his donkey. Sorry, children. I mean, I try to keep it. You know, I don't anticipate there are many children that would potentially be watching this at, you know, 11:25 Eastern time, or necessarily the video recordings. But I do try to keep it family friendly because that's just where I work. Like I'm making kids books and more like the middle grade, younger age where there's not as much stuff. So I don't tend to use a lot of those words, so I like to keep it that way. Thank you for laughing his donkey off. LHDO, common acronym. All right, so we'll do this, and then there's kind of the. Oh, that's cute. I never noticed that was like connected like a little hood. That's really adorable. I like that. And I drew on the reference layer. You know, it was really only a matter of time before I was going to do that. Thankfully, it's a pretty easy fix. Nope. Wait. There we go. Now it's an easy fix. Boop, boop. Wait. And you're where? What layer are you on? Is it just duplicate? All right. Let's play this game. Let's play the what layer is this actually on game. Okay, it is on that one. It's just duplicate. It's just duplicate. So I can just do this. Easy enough. Layer management is not always fun, but necessary for sure. Your favorite thing was when someone was rude, and instead of saying have a great day, you just say have a day. And it really angered some people. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it says everything that you need it to say, but then, you know, people get the I see what you're doing moment, and it's not always joyful or mirthful. Okay. Okay, Piplup. Thank you, Piplup, for being so much less painful than Chimchar. I really appreciate that. That is nice. Favorite thing, Mexican fellow came in and he was testing you. On Spanish? No, I did. I know that's not what you're going for. All right, let's get a quick Turtwig reference in here. Turtwig. 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 I feel like I'm saying it so proper. Turtwig. It's a Turtwig. So he paid for gas in cash and was yelling "Andale, hurry up." Okay. Okay. So Turtwig is gonna be perhaps kind of amazed at what's going on here. At the juggling act. Or concerned. I like a concerned Turtwig, I think, actually. Turtwig, that feels weird too. Can do the sweat drop. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that. Just like that. Little rounded shape there. It's almost like I've done a warm-up with this one before. And Piplup. But not Chimchar. I don't think we have a Chimchar card even. So he decided to take as long as possible. When he came back for his change, he had like $15 in change. So I hid all the bills except the ones in your register. Then he came through your line, and you got him his $15 in ones, and counted it out as slow as possible. Oh, goodness. So he was probably not happy about this, I'm guessing. At 12, you're like, oops, I lost count. Right, so it's a little bit small. It's not the big foot. It's kind of like a tapered at the bottom of the foot. He would have been out in like 20 seconds, but you wasted like 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Holy moly. That's impressive that you could even stretch it out for that long. Like, you don't play around. Unless you argue that this was is a form of playing around, in which case you play around really well. Okay, so I'll do that. I kind of got that tapered thing going. No, the foot wouldn't be there. So you just had surgery. It was your off day at the station. Went to the pump to get some gas. It's packed. Find a spot in one that does unleaded and diesel. All right. Okay, that's looking pretty good. This leg isn't quite what I want it to be. Yeah, maybe I do it more like this. So there, he's alarmed and kind of like backing away, expecting everything to fall. I like that. I like that story. Yeah. Yeah. I think we figured it out, guys. Let me make this leg a little bit longer. Okay. We figured it out. We figured it out. Nice. So, lesson learned, never ever tell Frank to hurry up. So you could tell that this trucker is upset that you're going in to pay for gas, and he yells for you to hurry up, which we should never tell you. So you went in and chatted with your coworkers, bought a sandwich and ate it, drank a soda, used the restroom. Like 30 minutes later, he was still behind you. How did he not find another pump in that time? Janos, what are you doing? No. Frank heard his story. I want to get back to Waggy talking about normal things. Do I ever talk about normal things? Then the guy in pumping gas in front of me finishes, so the trucker tries to trap me in. So, Frank, finally. No, but that's not the point. Finally, go outside, and I pump my gas. Getting dirty looks from the... So Janos, is this the boring that you want where I could just read one word at a time? I can be like, but he's smiling because he thinks he has me. This is exactly what I wanted. Trapped. So I just go to the guy behind me and wave for him to back up. I didn't want the eraser there. Got so distracted by the story. Hashtag easy escape. Pro strats. That's gaming. He may have done a rude gesture at you as you were leaving. But like, how did he not find another pump in 30 minutes? Was there just one that had like diesel or something that he needed, or like I feel like that's a commitment to being angry and trying to get revenge. To still be there. Oh, I like it. I like this. It happened again. It happened again. Didn't like it at first, but it's slowly warming up on me. Just this face. This right here. This is not quite what I wanted, and I gotta figure that out. I think part of it's too. Oh, you know what? You know, I think I need a lot more separation between the eyes, because if you look at it structurally, here, maybe I was gonna put sketch layer on top of references for a second. So like, if you look at it, can I zoom in more? Yeah, there's all this, right? Which is like, if you take the head in terms of like distance, more than a okay. I mean, I know that you've got kind of the whole center line is about here, like that, but you still got a really generous. Actually, hold up. So if I was gonna sketch this out for fun, for funsies, you clearly have it like this. Center line goes back something like this. Like that. I mean, it's a little generous on the nose bulge, but then you got this here where the bottom of the eyes comes in. But like from here, the outside of the face to the inside edge of the eyes. Feels like I'm just drawing a basketball now. Basketball head. That's what they originally named this Pokemon. Music time, lurk. I should really put a lurk command in there, you know? I always say I'm pro lurker, but where's the support for the lurk command? You must... there's only 4 that do diesel, only 2 that could fit his rig, so the 2 were the combo unleaded diesel. Is Chimchar a predator or prey? Predators have forward eyes. Prey have sideways eyes. Well, Chimchar is a... Well... I mean, it depends on how you view Pokemon is how you would technically answer this question, but I would say they're monkeys, which are human-ish, so they're predators. They have binocular vision. But it's just a very flat front of the face from what I can really tell. So instead of having like the narrower nose gap like a person, you know, where you have like kind of a triangle, it's real big. It's just a real big gap in there. So I think I'm drawing them too close together is what I'm thinking is kind of what's looking freaky, because it's getting a little too person-like, and that's getting us into the uncanny valley where it's just like, what are you even drawing, man? So let's draw those eyes way out here. And see, as I prove myself wrong and it still looks super jank. This is better. This is indeed better. The mouth, though. It's better. It's better. I'm glad this isn't like my final pencils layer or final lines layer, because I'm not 100% sold on it, but it's better. Alright, tell you what, I need to go use the bathroom. So I'm going to put us on break real quick. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Yeah. All right, be back in just a couple minutes, guys. Also, I realized I never unmuted the background music, so background music is now back on. And that part where I was singing before might have been super weird if you didn't hear the music. Good times. All right. So wait, you were gone, Frank? And I went to BRB right when you came back. I did run to the bathroom because I had to pee super bad. That is the problem with chugging coffee before you start stream. It does catch up with you. You can't outrun the coffee, it turns out. But I'm good now, and I had a snack, and I had water. It's good times. I can do my radio announcer voice. Welcome back. We're at 1:45 here at K Gorf. Try not to have caffeine when you do the mail. Is it because you get like a crash? Wait, did we talk about this and you're like, the crash is a myth? Also talking about is Chimchar a predator? Could you imagine being hunted by a fire monkey? That's terrifying. Sugar crash is the myth. Okay. Okay. Caffeine crash exists. Yes. Have I had caffeine at 3 separate time periods today? Yes. You know, I can just get back into the drawing. I just figured I'd ease back from BRB with a little chat. It's good times. So this piece it's winning me over again, despite the rough start with the monkey. I think I can fix this leg. The face looks so much better. I think the proportions were a real problem with the eye width. And now that that's fixed, I'm feeling a little better on this. You know? I need to add the F to the bookmark. I know we all wanted to say fart. I know we do. But it's okay. It's good. You can just... imagine. So, you know, or, you know, one of these days it's just going to be there. And you'll never, you know, you'll never know when. In that word ladder drill that I did, I definitely... I decided to go from bore, like B-O-R-E, to heal, H-E, you know, H-E-E-L. Trying to be a little clever there, using sort of antonyms in a societal context. It will be years, probably, but I like to keep the thought of the possibility alive. You know, it keeps it exciting for everybody. Frank's sitting here enjoying his golden years in retirement. Oh, he finally put the fart on there. I'm glad he did that. No. Little. That's kind of like it. But, oh my gosh, what was I even saying? I totally lost track. Yeah, I like a little more like this. Yeah, I think the challenge, like, aside from the fact that in general on Twitch you're more discoverable the longer you stream in one go, the challenge of doing like 2 hours or less streams has often been that by the time I really felt like I got ahead of steam going and like was warmed up and happy with what I was drawing, it was like, oh, it's midnight, it's time to end. Which is partially why I've been pushing it a little bit later. I'm sure the coffee is playing a role there too, but when you get on a roll, it's nice to be able to just continue with it. And he's got like that fiery I don't know where that's going. It's good times. Good times. Listen, sometimes you just got a flame butt, and that's just where it goes, you know? Sometimes you just got a flame butt. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if I should try to stream a little bit earlier. It's just hard. It's just hard with the kids, getting them to bed. And then starting stream. We'll figure it out. Maybe do some one-off streams at different times just to play around. What is that emote? Extra life. So what are you saying there? Disapproved? I didn't disapprove. What? Poor No, don't do this. I would never. I mean, honestly, I would never. Canceled? I know I'd heard of extra. I was just trying to get the context and see if you were trying to say something or just, or just having fun with emotes. It's all good. I would never. I would never. Okay, Jeff. Yep, that is not a pencil. All right. There we go. Okay. Okay. This is winning me over a bit more now. Just like last week. I just need to give myself time to develop it. You have a bone to pick. You play Battlefront 2. You like to play Battlefront 2 when you feel like slaughtering the innocent. Do you feel like that sometimes? Because, like, nobody there knows how to pilot ships. Okay. Fair. Okay. Okay, so I feel like I could probably make Chimchar. No, maybe a wee bit smaller. Not much, though. Not much, though. I like the size there. Just like the tiniest bit. Because our guidelines are about here. And I want to keep him about at those 3rd point intersections. In front, his foot will be covered up a little bit by a picnic basket. Okay, so no one knows how to pilot ships, Battlefront 2. You can play in games and get like 50 eliminations with just 1 death. The issue is that there are like 3 other guys on Xbox that are huge no-lifes in Battlefront 2. You know all their names. Okay. I am listening. Estoy escuchando. I was just like casually dropped Spanish and then totally butchered it. Cool, Jeff. Way cool. Estoy escuchando. For the record, you are consistently amazing at the game. Okay. And most of your ships are like level 40. Okay. For anyone not familiar, he's talking about the video game Star Wars Battlefront 2. These guys have all their ships to... The ships go to level 1000? So you're saying they've invested some time. But also, is it money as well? You even compared your playtime with one of them? And how'd that go? I want to look at what berries are in Diamond and Pearl. Like what? Okay. So they are very similar to... Very similar indeed to what's out there in Go. Not quite the same. Not quite the same, but similar enough. Doesn't hurt to have a little reference though on that. You know, we want to be reasonably accurate here. Get my references in. Nope, like that. Okay. You have like 15 days of playtime, and this guy had 150 days of playtime. Wow. The other guy was trash talking to you because you were both dogfighting. Okay. Okay, so it's got like a little bit of a pentagonal. Is that no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so kind of like a loose. And that's almost hexagonal there. So you check his playtime. Literally 700 days of playtime. He only started playing during the pandemic. Like, that means he has never closed the game since then. Yeah, I mean, it's insane, but I believe it. Like, you know, there's always going to be those people that I feel like it's just something really speaks to them, and a series of like life consequences or life not consequences, life conditions converge, and it's like they're like, this is just what I'm gonna play for the rest of my life. This is what I do now. So make it a little bit looser, right? Because they're not perfectly equidistant, but close enough. Maybe the blueberry looking guy. Saying no would be the worst. If I come out of this, I've done all the pencils on like a few of them, and I'm like, yep, I just love them all. I still haven't done anything to help decide what I want to do. Maybe I'll put out like an Instagram vote or something. Not that we have a huge following there, but enough. I will tell you, Frank, one thing that you learn real quick, especially when you have children, is that there will always be people who can put more time into something that you can, than you can. I think I said that coherently. Please tell me if I'm just speaking gibberish and just very animatedly talking like a crazy person. But yeah, it's harder to accept when you have less hard constraints on your time, but when you start to get those real hard constraints, you're just like, oh, like I'm never gonna be able to sink as much time into this as someone with a completely different life situation, right? But then you're like, okay, well, but at the same time, I'm living, you know, I chose this, and I'm thankful for the things that actually reduce my time. Like, you know, I don't game much anymore. I play every now and then. I get a chance to sneak in a little playtime. Mostly I play with my kids when I have the chance, right? And that's something that, especially when I stopped commuting, I used to commute and play a ton of 3DS, like on the bus, because that was 2 hours a day that I had. Like, oh, well, I'm stuck in one place. I might as well just do this thing. But that changed, and, you know, kids, and I had to be like, okay, well, I can still kind of be aware, and Twitch is the nice thing. I can listen in the background and be aware of games, and kind of get some of the experience, even if I don't have time to play them myself, and I can be doing something else while I'm listening, so it's not a complete like drain of my time, but I can still kind of have a toe in that world. But yeah, you just kind of like get this like hard writing on the wall, like, okay, other people are always going to be able to invest more time in a thing than me. So I guess that kind of stuff doesn't really surprise me. It's like, yeah, there's going to be people who like get it, and then they're like, my goal is to never turn this game off ever. And you know, they may well be in a situation where they can make it happen. Anyway, I guess I'm just kind of got off on a soapbox here, but it's like, I believe it is what I'm saying, and I don't know, it's I guess that it's just a sentiment. It's a judgment-free sentiment of like, yes, that sounds like humans. Okay, yeah. Clip Studio, you okay there? Just gonna, okay, there we go. Yucky soapbox, Jeff. Okay, I've stepped down. I've abdicated my soapy perch, and am now back on the ground with everybody. Okay, well, I can draw on the rest later, but you know what? I like this. I like their emotions and feelings. Oh, I do need to fix that little bit. A little like bib-like thing. There we go. There we go. Okay, references off. Bring it out a little more this way. I think with everything I have open right now, we're chugging just a slight bit while streaming. I wonder if it's also because it loaded that other OBS scene. I've prepared a new OBS scene for streams end. I tested it out, but it might have. You know, I am trying. I am trying to stay committed to doing the little stream improvements over time. Because this is fun. I love doing this. This is great, and I want to keep building it out a little bit as I can. You know, it has to fit in with life. Janos, how is Destiny 2? How is Destiny 2? It's good. I know I saw some gameplay of the original one. Or sat in a room with a person playing the original one, and it looked like a good time. Not getting the thing you want for streams. And Frank, did I just trail off in the middle of a sentence there, like true Grandpa Jeff fashion? RNG being big. RNG, man. That's all I gotta say. I have a well, it's Dana. Did you know that Google Chat has a built-in RNG like die rolling? You can roll any number of sides of a die you want, well, virtually any, within your Google Chat, So Dana and I, we start off our mornings with an RNG check, rolling a d20 to see where things go. Anyone who's not familiar, RNG is just random number generation. Okay. Maybe I could add one more berry. 3 seems more, you know, a little more wild. That might be causing Piplup some distress. That's okay, I can just do that. Grapish one seems good. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I like having a third. You rolled a 1 on the d20. It's not random, it uses time. The Google one? Wait, so you're saying the random is the fake news? Not you being the fake news? It wouldn't surprise me. I've definitely noticed some, although I wouldn't be surprised if there... Wait, I thought they could use different seeds than just the time. But yeah, a lot of them will use like the reference time. I know that's why when you see speedruns, especially Pokemon games, actually this one I remember seeing a run of, like the original Diamond and Pearl on DS. You know, where it was, I think it was time in that case. So you had to, you know, set your system clock to a certain time, and then do some frame perfect input to get the best RNG for like random encounters. Jeff is a nerd. Yeah, it's true. But you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm just gonna draw a picnic basket now. That's gonna be a totally normal picnic basket and not completely jank, because that's how I work. Back to speedrunning for loot. Nice. GG's. Well, I mean, GG's is what I would say when you actually get what you want. You know. I promise I know things. I'm not just vomiting out random terminology that I hear. At least not always. Sometimes. Some grass. Okay. Luke's drinking more hot chocolate in Dark Force Rising. Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one to me. Is that a metaphor? Is that literal? I've got nothing. It's good. So, okay, they're gonna be picnicking. They're picnicking. What's on their plate? I've already got the fruit, and there could be more fruit in the basket for sure, but I feel like they should be having some poffins or something. Okay, so in Heir to the Empire, Luke is drinking a delicious beverage that Lando showed him, and it's called hot chocolate. Really? They didn't call it like anything different. They actually just straight up. Then in Dark Force Rising, Luke goes into a cantina. You know, I could have done this on a separate layer. That's okay. It's fine here. It's fine here. I am on a roll. I cannot be stopped. With peppermint, no, certainly. They wouldn't just take actual hot chocolate and peppermint. I mean, I have no reason to doubt you whatsoever. It's Star Wars, no. Star Wars, why? It's like I wanna just come up with, you know, a really Star Warsies name. That was not what I was going for. I'll tell you that much. I'd want to come up with just like a really Star Warsy name to call it, but I'm totally blanking. And maybe that's exactly what the writers did too. Blame Daddy Timothy's on. So you're talking about in the original Heir to the Empire then? Not the newer one? Right? Okay. So then, okay. So then at least in Dark Force Rising, it's like it's a reference. It's like a wink. A wink and a nudge. Just a random bush in the background. Back in the Stone Age of the 80s. The Rock Age. I think that sounds better. Rock Age. I do feel like I'm gonna have a harder decision to make on which one I do than I anticipated. But that's not necessarily a bad problem to have. I should be thankful for that. You have to remind yourself that literally the only other Star Wars content during those books being written is just the films. Yeah, and there wasn't a rich universe to build. There wasn't as much like kind of examples to look at for this is how you do stuff. It makes sense. Like, it does make sense, especially when you consider it as back in the early days of the old extended universe. But still, I'm kind of like, no, Star Wars, how could you? It was 10 years between episode 6 and Heir to the Empire. Wait, wasn't episode 6 though like in the 80s? Which would have put Heir to the Empire in the 90s? What, like, wasn't Return of the Jedi, like, wasn't that like 82? 82? Am I getting that wrong? I'm gonna look it up now because I'm curious. '83. Yeah, Return of the Jedi was 83. Yep. So okay, so that would put, if it was 10 years, then that would put. Oh. You're not talking about real world timeline. Or Heir to the Empire was 91. Okay. So wait, are you talking real world timeline or are you talking Star Wars timeline? Or is it just both? So almost 10 years. Okay. Which timeline are you talking about? I'm like a baby. Listen, it is 12:15 a.m. here in Eastern Time Zone. I am doing my best. I have us time. Yes. Okay. 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 See? See, we're good. I don't know how it being us time makes us suddenly good, but I'm just gonna go with it and say, hey, everything's great, man. Just gonna put like, yeah, this is just a poffin right here. Poke poffin. That's not a thing. Maybe I will put the plate here so Chimchar isn't like stepping directly on it. I feel like that would be a bit of a party foul. Okay, but I do need to pay attention to perspective here. How would it be sitting? Yeah, I think the original was probably the closest. Maybe put a berry on the plates as well. And Piplups can just be like over here. Well, that looks like it's coming out of his head. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. Maybe his can just be behind him. Not that time. Yes, right. It took me a while, but I've got it now. For the most part. Don't quiz me. Alright, you know what? This is good. Okay. I'm gonna put the plate like right here. Yeah. Because like I want it to be, you want to see the 3 plates, right? You want to know that they're all there for them, but don't want them to be like emerging from one of their heads. That's just weird. Okay. You know, we can do our check pattern on here because it's a picnic. Yeah. I mean, I could get all fancy and drop like a texture on here. We literally just were doing this in my the Clip Studio paint group for Kids Comics Unite, talking about all the different awesome tools that Clip Studio has for textures. But I guess I'm gonna be lazy and do it the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way. Look at me, acting like an old pro. Okay. I'm just going for a little sense of perspective, actually, which is why I'm drawing it in. And these won't be the final lines, but I do want to remind myself what I was going for when I come in to do finals. Which now I feel like, even if I don't choose this one for the donation piece this time around, I really like it. So I will probably come back to it at some point. I'll just random bush over there. Give things a little bit more of a depth of field. Do I want to draw like a hidden Pokemon somewhere in here? I feel like I do, but who? What's a good Gen 4? What's a good Gen 4 that I can sneak in here? Diamond Pearl Pokedex. Bidoof. Sudowoodo, come on, that's Gen 2, man. I mean, I do like a good Shinx. Oh yeah, and we got like, okay. Pachirisu would be good. We've got so many options. Fuecoco. I mean, Fuecoco is great. I'm not gonna knock Fuecoco. I mean, we could also do a Starly in there. Starly. I mean, maybe I could do more than one even. That's an eraser, Jeff. Don't you know? Oh, I should watch out for the bleed though. Eh. Maybe. I can come back and actually make those look like Pokemon later. But I actually love it. So I got the original Pokemon Gold for Game Boy Color, and I loved that in the instruction manual, like they had just kind of these generic looking background environments like that ran along the bottom part of the page for the instruction manual, but then they had like little silhouettes of Pokemon hidden in them. So it was like this neat little way where you could kind of like, even without super detailed art, it made you feel kind of immersed in it, and I really enjoyed that. Oh, Bidoof. Bidoof is just gonna be like sticking its. I could make it sticking its face out from the middle of the bush, which is kind of hilarious. But even here, and I don't have to do it. I could come back and be like, that's too busy. It's too much. But for now, I really like it. It makes me smile. It makes me smile. Big smile. No, but like a real smile, actually. Okay. Alright, so what are we setting at here? I'm gonna save you. You know, as you do. Okay. And guess what I did? Oh, maybe because I duplicated it? Did you copy? Oh, you did. Yay. That's awesome. We can watch. Oh, that face. We came so far. Look at that. Oh, that's so much better. Well, I like that, you know, at least by turning the time lapse on the other one and then duplicating it, it kept it here. Easy. Boom, just like that. That face. Well, I'm glad I stuck with it. You know, I think that's one of the things it took me a while to also learn and understand with drawing, is to give myself the patience to just like, all right, it's not quite right, something's wonky, you could just abandon ship, but if you really want to do this, you know, stick with it, do a quick study, see what's tripping you up, and then, you know, you can push through. Once you've figured that out, stick to it, and you can surprise yourself with the result. This was 2 weeks in a row where I was like, I pushed myself drawing a few things that I'm not quite as used to. I mean, yes, Piplup and Turtwig I've definitely warmed up on, but Chimchar was a new one. Chip and Dale, that was a new one for me. So I've been happy with the results when I've just given it time and stuck with it. Yeah. Easy. Woohoo! So I think I'm gonna be done with art for tonight. That's good. I am clearly words are also art. But it's all good. Wow, go away. I know. I mean, I was gonna just hang out and chat for a little bit, but I mean, I don't have to. Best part about going back to chatting is the emotes bouncing across the screen. Oh, so you feel free to test it out. I upped the settings to add even more. It'll handle even more per user now. So yeah, I'm doing things as I'm talking, so my talking is clearly. So now I can be like, wee. I may be slightly delirious, but that's still hilarious to me. It's good times. And that probably is the emote is probably the appropriate face to be making for me right now. Concerned dog. Is it dog or doggy? I always want to say dog. Frank, you're famous. Your name's all over. Yeah, honestly, I could just probably play with the emotes on the screen for like an hour. Everyone's like, what is this madman doing? It's dog. Like dough. Okay. Thank you, Janos. That was clutch. How's the RNG treating you? Sorry. I just like to say things out loud comically. But I'm sorry the RNG is not going great. This is such a long mission. You're halfway. I will just say you got this. May the RNG be with you. We should have like a... We should do something. I mean, the semi-RNG. We should have a command for rolling a d20 or something in here. That'd be fun. One of these days, guys. Gonna get on that custom bot, stream elements. Are we sure that it's not did, does, doesn't, did, do, dog? Sorry, I shouldn't have started this again, but I did. So here we are. Waggy, no. Bad Waggy. What are... We're saying it's that time? I do kind of agree. I do agree. I need to call it. Sleep is very important. Yeah, but it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm excited. I've got at least 2 pieces. I'm debating. Maybe I'll do one more. Maybe I'll do pencils on one more of the games, and then figure out which of them I want to do finals for the donation piece. But I've been really happy with this. This has been fun. I'm glad glad I stuck it out with this one, and yeah. Speak for yourselves. Just 4 more hours till you finish the mission, Janos. I know that's not how math works. Doing the dude. I'm gonna spare us and not start this train or not continue this train any further. But good luck doing the do. I hope the RNG is kind to you. I mean, I could do the do that we always do, but I didn't do the don't. I lost it. I didn't not do the don't, but doing the did does do the do not. Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's happening. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I couldn't repeat it if I tried. Maybe if I like stopped stream, watched the VOD, and then spend about 20 minutes memorizing it, I could do it. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's what we should do. I should. Yeah. But last thing, I did actually do a small amount of work on the stream, and now I have a stream ending screen. So before I do that, I did do a do. It was exciting. Before I do that, I'm just gonna say thanks. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. This has been fun. It's always fun chatting with you guys. I look forward to it every week. Happy with what we got done here. I do know, Waggy. You're gonna go to work tomorrow? This seems positive. And every time I hear the word do, I'm gonna constantly think of it. You might have some very interesting conversations. and start a chain of horror for the coworker. Or you're just gonna start a new viral office trend, and it's you're going to blame me. Oh no. I did start this train once again that I will accept responsibility. It is kind of fun though too, right? I did do the do. I did. Your migraines, hatred, and nightmares is this one person's fault. Who is this Waggy and why did he unleash this? Because he did a do and he didn't stop doing the do. So just remember, kids, don't do the do. And to be frank. No, but Frank's right here. Neither did you. You didn't stop doing the do as I did the do and didn't stop doing the do. That actually seemed fairly straightforward. I think that was okay. Okay. Most ominous movie quotes. Remember, don't do the do. Credits roll. I don't really know any better place to end this than on that note. So hey, anybody out there lurking, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I love the lurk policy. I'm not gonna call you out. You can just hang out, enjoy a chill time. Unless you want me to call you out, in which case say, hey, call me out. And that's cool too. Just end it, please. End my suffering. Anybody watching on YouTube, thank you. Thank you for hanging out with us here too. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something. I hope you had a laugh. I will be back next Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern time, same as usual. And we'll be keeping on rolling with games done quick, donation piece ideas. I'll probably do one more pencil set, and then we'll have a decision time, which I've been judiciously putting off. Yeah, you too, Janos. Thank you. Have a good night. Frank, if you're out there still, have a good night. Enjoy seeing Lily tomorrow. I hope you have a happy reunion. And with that, I've got a new stream ending screen. Check it out. It's time to go. Whee! I was excited for this. Playing around with the animation tools in Clip Studio. This actually was an illustration piece that I did for a Society of Children's Book Writers and Illustrators prompt on social media, and I compulsively drew everything on separate layers, so I was able to split it out and do animation, and I'm pretty happy with how it all came out. So that's it. This is the stream ending screen. I did it. We made it, guys. Thank you. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for joining. See you next week.